Alright, we'll get going here. We'll go ahead and let Coach give an opening statement about the victory, about his seniors, and then we'll open it up for questions.
What a great night, great way to end the regular season and gain some momentum going into the tournament. And couldn't be happier for Donna and Ashley with, as a coach, when you know it's your player's last game on the home court, it's you just want them to have the moment to shine, regardless of the season that the team's had or they've individually had, and both of them stepped up tonight, and I credit so much of that win to them, that they knew they were not going to let us lose, and a special night for them to be able to close out their careers here at Southern Utah University on the court in that manner. Really proud and happy for them, and also very excited for the team. And again, winning two of the last three and playing relatively well against Sac State, I think it gives us a good feel going into Reno. And I think teams need to be a little bit nervous about the T-Birds coming in.
Ashley, you got going pretty quickly there. What was working for you from 3-point?
Gosh, I don't know. I think I just knew that it was my last game, and I just felt so relaxed out there. And I think what really helped was the fact that we were all celebrating each other's successes. That's a good feeling to have, and I feel like once I hit, after I had the dodgy one, and then I hit, and then I felt good after that, so I just kept them going.
I told the coaching staff that we had to call 2 quick plays for Ash because we needed to make sure that she was settled down, and the very first play was called for her to come out of timeout at the start of the game, and I was a little nervous for her too when she almost shot it over the backboard, but I was glad that she got
Let's not talk about that.
the next shot. She had totally calmed down, got her feet under, and then it was a great night from them.
So was it just the emotion for you, Ashley, of it being your last game? Because you haven't been hitting as many 3-point nerves as you did tonight in the past couple of games.
I know, it has been a while. I tried really not to focus on that. I've tried more getting assists for my teammates, getting them open. I've really tried to focus on that, and I felt like because I was so relaxed, it felt nice to just let it fly. And yeah.
One of the other things that you have to realize is Ashley started the season as our best shooter and knocking down threes, and we ran a lot of plays for her coming off screens. So teams that have scouted us have chased her off of screens and made it difficult for her to get shots. Tonight, a team finally that ran zone, and against the zone, we had moved the ball well and prepared the team to be shot ready. I mean, We've been single-digit 3-point attempts for a lot of games lately, and tonight we knew we would get a lot and needed people to step up and hit. So once Ash did have a couple opportunities to open up, didn't matter then how the game was going to go. If she had time and space to get the shot off, I was very confident that she was going to be able to knock them down.
Donna, pretty big girls down there that you, Jess, Dari were working with. What was the trick to you pull down 7 rebounds against them?
I just was thinking in my head, this is my ball. I'm not going to let anybody take it, kind of like my baby, so I'm just going to fight for it with all my might. So that's how I threw a couple elbows here or there, but got to show them, like, I'm small, but I got some fight in me, so yeah.
Did you ever get a sense that maybe you caught them off guard a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I also noticed when I was out on, like, the perimeter, a couple of them just turned their backs and didn't even box me out or see where I was, so that was just open. I had just a wide open lane, so that's how I got majority of them just going, crashing hard.
Question for both ladies. What are the emotions like? What are you guys feeling right now after your final game here?
I'm sad. I don't want to talk about emotions because I'll cry, but it has been incredible just playing in front of the crowd, playing on this court with this team and these coaches. It's been quite the ride. It is sad, but we are ready to make noise in the tournament. It's not over yet, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, it is sad to play. I wish I would have more years here, but Okay. I am happy though with the way we played these past few games, so I am excited to go into the tournament strong and hopefully a threat to all the other teams.
Both your families had to travel quite a bit to get here to Cedar City, but what did it mean to be able to play in front of your guys' families?
It means everything to me. Like, when I know they're in the stands, like, it just makes me want to play better just for them. You know, just making sure, like, I'm making them proud and stuff, so.
Yeah, kind of the same thing, knowing how far they've travelled just to watch me, you know, and it's nice to be able to go out there and perform the way we did while they were here, so it means everything to both of us to have our families out here for sure.
Not to rain on your guys' parade, but turnovers still seem to be a bit of a struggle. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, there is a reason for that, and unfortunately, we haven't been able to get a good grip on it all season long. We've made some good adjustments. Tonight's turnovers were in the first half, wide eyes. We knew we were going to run on them. We were going to be an aggressive, up-tempo team, and sometimes we got a little too aggressive and a little too much energy and emotion in the passes. And then there in the fourth quarter, when they started putting the full court press on, we didn't adjust to the officiating very well. They were allowing a lot of contact, and instead of doing what we did against Sac State of forcing the double team and then passing around the double team, and obviously the times that we were able to do that, we got a 3-on-2 where we were able to break the press relatively easily, but we tried to dribble through it too much, and then we got ourselves in trouble. And I attribute most of that to just lack of experience in the point guard spot. We have two kids that have been used to playing the off guard more than the point guard, and all season long they've been trying to learn that position of how to be able to be deceptive with the pass and look away where you're going. And they've come a long way, but we're still not where we need to. We have a really good point guard coming in next year from Texas that will help with that, but it's an area that we as a team have to get better. In the first half, Jess had 4 turnovers. I think she ended the game with 4, so it wasn't so she did a better job, but she led the team at halftime. You know, your post player can't be the one with the most turnovers. You expect it with guards that are getting pressure and things. And both Jamie and Bree, again, 7. Both of them had 7 last game and 7 this game. It's something we do need to tighten up and kind of decision making, be a little bit smarter with it. But we also did want this night to be about push, and we knew that they weren't going to be able to keep up with our speed and depth, and so we took some risks that we typically wouldn't take in doing that. And as Ash pointed out, the 24 assists to match that is what I'm most happy about. Is we've had games where we've had 20 plus turnovers and not single digit or low teens in the assists, and the fact that we're sharing the ball and moving the ball is
And hitting shots.
And hitting shots gives those assists. So that's more reassuring than I expect some turnovers, and I hope we can, you know, in the tournament we're going to have to take care of it better if we want to make our run, because March Madness comes, the team with the fewest mistakes is typically the one that's going to make some noise or make a run. So that's what we want to focus on and try to improve on.
Twice, Coach, you guys had a pretty sizable lead, and twice they started to cut it back a little bit. What did you see happen during those stretches? I think it was one at the end, the second quarter, and then towards the end of this game.
Yeah, just a little bit of either, I don't want to say overconfidence, but maybe a little bit of lack of discipline in managing time and score. You know, we talk about that and we work on that in practice a lot, and because we were shooting the ball well and we had opportunities, we got a little bit shot happy, shooting a little bit quicker than we needed to, instead of working the offense and letting things go. Or at times there in the fourth quarter, we had opportunities to get layups, and we were, you know, it's a 3-on-2 and we're pulling up from the 3-point line. And so that decision making was not as disciplined as I had hoped it would be. But it's tough with the emotions of a game like this to pull the reins back and you know, make the players slow down when you haven't had a chance to score points like that and to be aggressive. So it was a fine balance before we finally were able to manage it, slow it down, and it's tough when the refs are allowing you to play with that kind of pressure, not to just keep attacking, because they're coming at you with 2-3 people, and there's a physical aspect of it and some reaching that makes it hard to alleviate that pressure without going at the basket. So it was a little bit, there's a little bit of nerves in that stretch, but players handled it really well and executed down the stretch what we needed to.
Third quarter, Coach, you call a timeout. It seemed like to get everybody gathered in together. How important was that timeout, did you feel like, to rein everybody in?
It was really important. We had talked about, and I was trying to save timeouts to the end because I wanted to make sure that if I could, I wanted to sub my seniors out to one last round of applause from the crowd. But it was really important to make sure that the focus, the energy, and everything game plan wise, that we were all on the same page. And I think they did a good job of focusing and staying in tune.
Ashley, as you're starting to rain those threes, you're creeping closer and closer to your career high. Was that even a factor in your mind tonight?
Not a chance. No, I didn't even think about that when I was playing. I just felt, if I feel good, I'm going to let it fly, and that's all I had in my head.
Ashley, how fun was tonight's game? It seemed like you guys, everybody on the bench was just having a lot of fun. I remember after one of your triples, I think Jamie and Jess had a chest bump on the sideline. How fun was tonight's game for you guys?
It was so much fun, and I feel like it's the most fun I've had since I've been here. Like I said, everyone was celebrating each other's successes, and that really helps. And having such a positive, energetic bench, like, people underestimate the impact that the bench can have. And yeah, that really helped too. So it was a good way to go out, that's for sure.
Coach, 2 wins in the gray jerseys. Are this your jerseys you're taking to Reno?
We really have played well in the gray jerseys. A lot of our close games at Montana, at Eastern Washington, against North Carolina A&T.
Yes, they're coming.
I'm not superstitious, but if the conference will allow us to wear gray in the tournament, that's going to be the color of choice for sure. Just on a final note, the 2 seniors that in the locker room before the game, dedicating their season, this game tonight, to Emma, who couldn't play in the senior night, and the team having a moment to make it special for her and for Ash and Donna. And I'm just really proud of their maturity level and feel for Emma not being able to finish her career on the court in that way. I went down to her with 35 seconds left and said, I'll sub you in just to stand on the court. And she really wanted to, but the doctor had recommended that since she can't take her crutches out, she'd have to stand on one foot, and too risky for that to happen. And I would have loved to just let her play the last 6 seconds or 2 seconds, whatever we could have got the timeout, and put her out there. But really, proud of these guys and her and all they've done for us, the university, and this team, and just want them to know that we love them, support them, and are really proud of all that they've done.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.